Hey gang, how you doing? Just getting my earbuds out. I was jamming to some podcast. You don't jam to podcasts, but I have been enjoying them quite a bit actually. I listened to quite a few of them. I got the Mark Lee Van Camp and Robbins. I do Mike Rowe. Let's see, I'll do Bill Whittle. I've got the Meat Eater. I've got Dan Crenshaw. I've got the Tail Chasers, Kirby Wilbur Off-Road Podcast, Rigged for Dirt, Fieldcraft Survival, Knife Perspective. I got the Raven Show, Nissan Nation Podcast. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. So that's what I've been kind of listening to. It's kind of a nice refreshing change versus the music all the time. Especially I'm only limited to what I can have on my iPhone, so after a while you kind of hear the same music over and over again. Well, today's video is Steven's knife. Steven picked out a pretty cool Jasper. It's custom Jasper. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, you might want to think, well, what's a Jasper? And number two, well, what makes it so custom? Well, my Jaspers originally were designed several years ago being 7 inches long, 3/16 of an inch thick D2 steel, and they're about 1.5 inches wide out of stock material. Well, I've been making them like that for years now, and Steven's like, hey, you know what? I'd like to get a Jasper, but can you make it smaller? I'm like, well, what's small? He said, can you make it 6 inches? I'm like, I think I could do that. So I made his 6 inches instead of 7, made it 6 inches. Then he turned around and says, you know what? I want it to I think it'd be a good idea that, yeah, maybe if it matched my Rogue. That's right. Steven owns one of my Rogues. Matter of fact, when I sent Steven his knife, I sent it with another Rogue, another knife. Steven used to be the videographer and editor for Lunkers TV. And if you guys remember, I sent them guys a knife down there. Rob showcased his knife because Rob's knife was a Rogue hand-sanded satin finish with the sniper symbol in the middle of the scales, and they were both dressed out in Cocobolo. Steven got one just like that, but he had the Marine Corps pin in the center of it. And I did a video. I'll try to remember to showcase that here. I'll leave a link maybe at the end of the video. There'll be some links at the end. You can just click on that and it'll send you right to that video. But Steven's like, you know what, that'd be cool to really have a Jasper that matched his Rogue. So I'm like, sure, let's do that. So enter the Jasper. It's nestled in a black Kydex sheath with a Bladetech Tech Lock. But what's more importantly is, yes, it has the Marine Corps pins in that with the 1/8 inch nickel silver flanking it. Nice, beautiful Cocobolo, and my signature taper tang. It really shines, really pointy taper tang, come all the way to the back of the knife here. Super nice. It's small. It is small, but it's definitely very comfortable. I mean, you could hold on to this thing really good. Get your thumb all the way onto that spine. Get in there. You could use it for cleaning and you know, caping animals and such, because being only 6 inches, it's really nice for that. But it's not that heavy either. But what makes this really important is not only because it's the first Jasper I made 6 inches long, but again, it's the Cocobolo scales. When I talk to you guys about scales and dressing up your knife to make it yours, the handle material is one of the most important parts of picking out a knife and designing your knife, because this knife will never be reproduced. I might make another 6 inch Jasper at some point if somebody wants it, but having this Cocobolo, it's like a fingerprint. I can't match that wood. You can't do that. That wood, once you, the grains and the colors and the curves of everything, I can't reproduce that. Nature reproduced that. And so that's what makes Steven's knife super unique. This is the only knife of its kind in the entire world. It's that simple. So that is super cool, and I like to kind of remind people about that, keeping it in perspective. That is really nice. So that's about it. So D2, 3/16 inch thick and 6 inches long. Or 6 1/8, something like that. Sorry, Steven, if it ain't exactly 6 inches. I do make them all by hand now, you know. But I'm going to box this up after I take some pictures and video and send it off to Steven. But I do want to thank Steven and everybody else for all the support. Remember, the website's up to date with all of my hats, my shirts, my patches, and the mugs. Those mugs are awesome. And you guys killed it, the ones that have already bought. You bought out all my inventory of the past hats and the past mugs, and that was super cool. Now, granted, it's easy to buy out my inventory because I don't buy a whole lot, but I try to buy enough, and you know, at least I get that money back. I don't make a huge profit, believe me, guys. I don't. If I bought, you know, 50 or 100 mugs, and if I bought, you know, 100 or 200 hats, then I'd have a lot better profit margin to build the business. But I think it's more important that I support local businesses or businesses that are, you know, made in America, or companies that are family owned. You know, those 5 key factors I've always pushed. Is it made in America? Is it made local to me? Is it handmade? Is it family owned? Is it a military, law enforcement, or veteran owned business? Maybe even firefighters too. Those key 5 factors are super important, and I think we all should start shopping a little bit more, as much as we can. Try to shop that way. And those mugs are made over in Neenah, Wisconsin. Handmade, family-owned business, super cool. The hats, the company is Oregon company, Richardson, but the hats, the patch, everything's designed and made up for me over in Florida. So that's super cool. I like those things. So again, thank you all for the support. Keep an eye on some more videos. I got a huge video I want to come out in a release. I haven't filmed it yet because I'm trying to keep a little quiet, but it's hard. I like to share these little things with you guys, the excitement, but it's really cool for the end of 2020 and beginning of 2021. Hopefully it means a lot more stuff for CK Knife and Tool, and a lot more for everybody else too. So again, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep me from the bottom of that YouTube bucket. It's been working great. Somewhere around, you know, like 12,000 subs or something like that. That's cool. Well, anyhow, you guys take it easy.